Oh yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful Thursday, the 15th of August, 2024. I want to say good afternoon to all of y'all. I want y'all to jump in on the live very quickly this afternoon. I need y'all to jump in on the live very quickly. Today, if I really want to say, should I say, should I say it like that, boy? Today's not even a good day. I don't think that it's a good day, and if I am to come out here and say it's a good day, today is a good day, then I'll be lying. But I want y'all to jump in very quickly. I want y'all to jump in quickly, you know, because today's a visual day. I think I left. Did I? All right. These days I'm working very hard. So I have all kind of phone and all kind of thing and whatever. Yes, Manu. Yes, Manu.
Well, you know it's good.
Yeah.
As you come on, you know, I like boycott.
Yeah, I know that. You're missing.
I love to hear, and you know what I mean? and people, if you always carry on the program, that different way carry the program, though sometimes me like how we carry it on talk, but at the same time I'm listening.
Right.
That's the only thing, you know, sometimes there's the enjoyment of the day because you're inside like a rat hole when you're inside a place. You're free to go outside. You don't want to go in the veranda and sit down because all kind of things, people passing, stranger passing, you know, passing and they're watching you. So at the same time, like I was saying, glad when the show come.
Glad
when the show come, there's something to listen to. Thanks to
yeah.
Pastor Google for the program that he carry on there. And to Bruce this morning.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And after 4 o'clock, you know, I'm going somewhere else. I love is the answer. Tell somebody that voice is on the air.
Yeah,
Or tell somebody voice is on the air. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, man. Oh, thanks a lot. I want you to jump in on the live today. Today's a visual day. Today's a day that we're not just talking, but we are looking as well. We are watching visually because I want to say this. I believe in my heart today I am seeing this at Trinidad and Tobago. We have to personally put within ourselves today that we need to make sure, make it known then that we are now in a crisis. I am saying that we are in a crisis. If nobody else wants to say it, I will say it. We need to say it. We have to say it. And we will go from there. Because I don't know. I really don't know. There's so many things that have been happening. And we need to fix it. But one of the things that have been bothering me for this, I couldn't sleep last night. Last night I couldn't sleep. And when I finally did get to fall asleep, my mind been racing, I've been watching, I've been looking, I've been saying, Lord, Father, how? And I don't know about y'all. I want y'all to look at the screens for me. For those of y'all that are on the live, this is the time for y'all to be on the live. I want to bring it for y'all straight, raw, real. Hey, all ain't seen me, that's what's going on there. Alright, I'll bring it for you to see me now so you can see my face. I want to bring it real, raw, factual, to the point. Some people are going to get vexed with me. Me come to Kiki Kaka. I ain't come to laugh with y'all. I ain't come to smile with y'all today. because I'm hurt. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth one? 5. 4 big men shot and killed yesterday by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And 1 young lady. But what is disturbing to me is, and I want to ask the parents today, because today is a day that we have to hold each other responsible. A 15-year-old girl was killed by the hands of police. In fact, she was involved in a shootout between police officers. And what was stated is that she, along with these 4 other people, 4 big men and a 15-year-old, have yet to ascertain to say, well, okay, one of them is her cousin or her brother or anything like that. As far as the information concerns, none of them, they are not family related. But what is a 15-year-old doing with 4 big men? 4 big men a 15-year-old is with. Gang banging, robbing people, distressing the society. And parents, if you're listening and you're home and you're with your children, now is the time to put them in front of your YouTube screen. Put them in front of the screen on YouTube. Pull up the YouTube and put it on the big screen and put it and tell them, sit down. Because for too long, we are losing young people in this nation to nonsense. We are losing the nation's youths. We are losing them. And why are we losing them? Why are we losing them? 15 years old, you know. Yesterday, while the show was going on, I got the information and I said, you know what, Dale, I ain't going, we ain't dealing with that. I want to sit down and catch myself where that is concerned. But then I started to look at the information. I started to observe what was happening. So tell myself, you know what, Dale, take our rock back. Let me see what happening. Let me see. Now is the time, now is the time, now is the time, now is the time. Let me take off you. Don't know what now is the time for. Take a look at this. Don't know what now is the time for.
So this is the location where in Freeport, Razak, Trace to be exact, where the largest police shooting occurred. 6 persons were pursued here, where it is alleged that they opened fire on police. Police returned fire, and the 6 of them were shot at this house on Razak Trace. They were taken to the Kufa Health Facility where they all died, all 6 of them. These 6 persons, according to police, were wanted in connection with a series of home invasions. Police received information that they were at this location, came to the premises where, according to police, the persons opened fire on them. They returned fire and all 6 were shot. They all subsequently died at the Kuva Health Facility. Of course, we've got crime scene officials here at the scene still processing this site. If you look carefully, At the front door, you will see that there is a marker bearing the number 1. So this is what is happening. We still have officers on the scene, heavy police presence. It's a very, very quiet community. I mean, just out on the main road before you enter Razak Trace, we were able to see people going about their business as usual, vegetable vendors and so on. The identities of those persons have not yet been released. However, one is a known repeat offender. We will of course bring you updates as they continue to come in.
I want you to listen to what taking place or what took place. Take a look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ian Allen. So after the robbery, I just came back from the health center where there are 6 persons, five John Doe and 1 Jane Doe. But one of the persons has been identified as Kevin from St. Madeleine. So far, this is the house that they came to here, that the police met them here at this house in Razak Street. Razak Street here. As you can see, the high presence of police officers. So to me here to the left, you're going to see more on crime watch here. If my camera, guys, it's a lot of police here, a lot of police officers here. Okay? So you're going to see more. You're going to see more on crime. You can see CSI persons are here. So there was in fact, there was a exchange of gunfire. In fact, after the robbery, this is where they came to base. And whatever happened, well, the police officers recovered 3 firearms. They recovered firearms and a quantity of stuff that was taken from the victim home and whatnot. So we are still investigating. And also the car to the back here. Look at the car there. You understand? So it's a lot happening at Razak Street in Calcutta. Razak Street in Calcutta. Razak Drive. Well, some say Razak Street, some say Razak Drive, but we know it as Razak Trace. This is Razak Trace. So come from Central. This is Razak Trace in Calcutta. So police are here. As you go to the side of me here. So you're going to see more on crime watch this afternoon, but we are on the scene. So you see something, you see suspicious things going on with your neighbor. You don't know what's happening. So pay attention. Look up, and you'll see me at 5:45 this evening.
Right.
And you have it. Well, please let me know.
So I want you all to continue watching for those of you who have not jumped on the live as yet. Take a look at this. I want us to internalize this. Because and I said corrected, they told it's 6 persons, not 5. My apologies. I want us to watch at this picture. Bring the young ones in front of the TV, the television, or in front of your smartphone or tablet. And let them sit and watch this. 15 years of age. You all hear me, right? 15 years old. Watch at that young lady. Beautiful smile. Good-looking young girl. Not even starting to live life as yet. But then I could also watch the picture and tell you a couple red flags for a 15-year-old. Who is this young lady's parents? What is happening in the home? Does the child have siblings, sisters, brothers? Are they going down the same path? Ladies and gentlemen, 15 years old, lost her life, doing the wrong thing, being in the wrong company. Committing robberies moving with 5 big men, end up in a house because you're now checking out to reap out all the rewards and everything that y'all would have taken from people who have worked hard by gunpoint. And I like how y'all are thinking today. Because I'm watching the picture here, and I could tell you a couple red flags. Sister have on a lace front wig. Age of 15, she's stunting. Mommy and daddy buy that? Age of 15 years old, she is supposed to be preparing to head back into secondary school for education. 15 years old. Well, you know how much I lace front now? All you know? $15. As a parent, my heart hurt too. Because as a parent, seeing my child plastered all over the media as an oppressor to society. And the way that she had to die is like what the Bible says, live by the sword, you die by the sword. 3 guns were found on that scene. 3. And I don't know if this is not bothering the population. Because at one moment we say we're doing everything we can in Tobago to deal with the crime situation because it's out of hand now. But Trinidad, our babies are now criminals. All you're watching still on the screen, right? Our babies are still criminals. We okay with that? We okay with our babies being criminals? I want y'all to watch this, you know. Young people and young children I'm doing this because I feel like I'm obligated to do that. Because maybe I could save a life. Maybe I could save the neighbor child next door. Whether it be male or female. Because I don't want anybody to get tied up to saying, well, oh, it's a female today thing. No, 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 no. 15 years old, toting gun. But I want to tell you this. The company that you keep, so many things that could happen to you. Reality is, you'll end up dead. Reality is, they'll take you out. 6 young men. Watch out this picture here. And the thing is, we see some of these things happening and showing up on social media. And a lot of us say it is none of our business. A lot of us say it is none of our business. Mind your business, because if you're in mind your business, they go take you out. But while we trying to mind our business and the babies out there going out with big AR-15 and big tall gun, well, let's watch the pictures and them good, you know. How did they say how the young people, they say they out there with tall up. And they fully done outside. Fully. If this not hurting you today, I don't know. I don't know. If this is not bothering you today, I don't know. Street 919 FM. Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know. The rest of the world, I don't No, if this not bothering you, what's going to start to bother us? Let's sink in. What is a 15-year-old child doing on the streets, gang banging, robbing people? Let's sink in. And I want you all to understand and get this in your puffin. Let it internalize in you a little bit. This is something that we are all responsible for. And we have to take responsibility for it. This is something that we are all supposed to take responsibility for. Because we are all to blame, including myself. Not because it's not directly in our house means it's not my problem. From Michael Oliver, you could just close your eye, turn off your phone and go where you have to go, to the eye not biting nice. Because if you have the tenacity and the testicular fortitude to come here and alive and to come and tell me that why we making a big deal out of this, then you are missing every single thing that this country is supposed to be for. You missing for it. And you know something? You are the reason why the crime is the way that it is today. You are the reason why it has so many people out here oppressed. You are the reason why when people go outside and the car missing and this happening and that happening, because people like you, because you don't care. Believe me and the other people who are watching this and talking about how much they care. Let we care. You could bust out. Because this year, I don't know. But I know that some of y'all prefer to come here and kiki kaka with all you. And we talk about politics. And we come and we talk about Petrochin. And we come and we talk about deal. And we come and talk about who ain't get a building. And who get a building. And who get a deed. And who ain't get a deed. And who take a two pull. And all these different things. Because these things, it satisfies our soul. But after that, let reality hit home. 15 years old. On a slab. Dead. Police killed them. And why? Because of your association. And I can't even say because of your association, because you're toting gun too. You're posing for picture. Me hush my mouth. 342-008-1466-5391. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dale. Good afternoon to your listeners. Dale, a couple of things stands out in this thing, but we are yet to see a lot more of this because, in my opinion, the youths have been taking a page from our book as adults and see many of us just forming the fool all over the place and choose to do the same thing, right? Some of them just taking it a step further and not using no type of wisdom at all, but nonetheless, they are choosing to form the fool all over the place. Right? But as I say, a number of things stands out in this. No one knows what the police were facing, and we just have to go based on what the police report says, right? As it relates to they having to take the lives of these 6 people. My call again, which is one of the reasons why we need to implement this body camera, so people could get to see what is taking place and that persons won't be a law unto their own selves. Because it's not so much that we could shoot out this problem that we are facing, but I believe until we engage the minds of persons in whatever phase or state they are at in life, then we could make a turnaround from what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. If we believe that, and we have to go with the police story and say, yes, the police was successful in being able to stop what was an ongoing thing with these young people and these group of men and this young woman was distressing people, well, no problem. But as I say, I don't think that shooting out the problem is going to stop the problem. We have to first engage the mind of people and hope that people see a better way of life and choose it. Because as I say, the body camera, if it was present, might have told a different story. Supposing when the police went in the house, these people had hostages, and the hostages end up in a fatal condition because of how police continue to carry out their duties in this country. And as I say, we just have to go with what is based on what the police release. And we have seen numerous times when the police have been less than honest in what they release to the public. But they are locked on and listening. You have a wonderful program, as usual, in terms of the dynamics of it. And Trinidad and Tobago, we really, really will be going nowhere or heading in this same direction if we refuse to take off these 2 yellow and red helmets that we continue to wear. Because I want to ask all the political analysts, the political talk show hosts, everybody the same question. Have you seen any unhealthy decision being made by your party or your party leader? And normally the response is the same day. Well, this one do it, that one do it, and all kind of rubbish. This is the question we have to ask ourselves as a nation and begin to call a spade, and then we could get somewhere. Because even Dr. Rowley with his own mouth talk about some of the bad judgments he made, which was selecting Gary Griffith. Though Gary Griffith brought some things that were needed to this police service, and I highlight a lot of things that the police were trying to hide, right? He really was a poor choice for the job in terms of his clear bias and how he carry about himself. But they are locked on and listening. Thanks again for allowing me.
No problem. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Dale, yes. Prime Minister of Jamaica said he's going to put some resources after the criminals, 25 million, I think, Jamaican. And he said it's either they face the judge, I just shorten it. After they face, either they face the judge or the maker. He's talking to the security force because he wants to stop this criminal activity in his country. And let me tell you, whether somebody make a mistake or didn't make a mistake, try to protect what's happening now. If you keep going back to the past, you're not going to go forward because you're backing back. Let's save our children, and that is what you are putting out there. Let's save the children. And don't say the children this and the children that. So your children behaving like that, your sister, your brother, children behaving like that, we're saying to stop the criminal and stop the criminal for entering your home by counseling your children, your nephew, your neighbor's mind. We want them to, Dale, the people who saying, oh, this and that and the other, and oh, somebody said the other day, oh, you're better off dead than being alive. They don't want to die. They don't want to die. So let's protect our children and don't call on the radio and talk about who and who. Talk about what's going on in your community, in your home, in your gathering. We want to protect the children because then we'll have nobody to live with. Thank you.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Bill.
Good.
I don't know how much that year.
Yeah, you're really breaking up. I'm not sure if you just find a better location.
You get me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. You know how much for AR-15?
How much,
AR-15.
AR-15?
Yeah, the gun with the user. AR-15, that's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how much for that? It's about $59,000 for that, you know. So just imagine you going and looking to rob somebody and you have $9,000 in your hand already. Sell the gun. But what's going on in this time? What's going on in this time? We are using poverty then as a scapegoat for our own immorality. And we're not using the power of our rights in order to bring morality from the economy and from the wealthy. If you understand what I'm telling you. Now the economy, just about the government, this and the government handouts and this and it's not that. They just set up structures. Things what you could pass through and see himself or see yourself as a person in society. And let them bring that character, you know, to bring more that morality in the society. That's when I've been talking about that tax or something. So I have to go do that. What happened after that? It has no structure for the youth and them what coming out, what will end up doing, what will end up going astray. It has no structure for them. All of a sudden, all one of them is like, no, we need some for a person to safeguard their dignity. You understand? Live with, grow with a character so that you could also lead a friend on that avenue too. Lead the young ones on that avenue. But we just did, and we studying about PLM and UNC but we're not studying the treasury. We're not studying the wealthy. All we're studying is to kill one another and he dead. And how we go save the youth and them? If you study that, how we go save the youth and them? If they need structures, so you can attend, so you can go to and do something of your own life. My friend, have a good day.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Your song is very far.
Yeah, I know that this song is so too. Still,
Yeah.
but so I try and shout. The story went like this: people was being terrorized by these people to call the police. The police responded. They was in pursuit of the people. They tried to block them. People ran off. It was running them down. They get cornered. They had firearms on them. I think the firearms when they would have had on them wasn't for playing hopscotch or moral. It was to do grievous bodily harm. So if the police say they were shooting behind them and they returned fire, I see that as the police being fair. Because if the police pursuing you and you know you committed a crime, you fail to stop when the police singing. I mean, what else you want me to think? You want me to support them to go into this thing that you know the police say so, but you know the police could have do it differently, and they didn't have to kill them because the police say and trying to put in the minds of the other callers that the police may have do the extrajudicial killings in that situation. Come on, man, think now, man. Put yourself in a police uniform and go outside it. Put yourself in a police uniform and go outside and you're going to do your duty. You're doing that at 6 to 10 or something like that. And you get a report in the station and you have to jump in a vehicle with some other colleagues, and when you're going in a hole that you didn't know because you live in the district and you're hearing gunshots, patow, patow, patow. What you gonna do? And then you see a man running through a thing, some weapon, and he has something in his hand resembling a firearm. What you going to do? Let him point it at you first and shoot at you first?
Now you tell them, God, sir, be it yourself now.
Well, I mean, yeah, people have to be, the fact is there that there are a lot of criminal activity and things. I mean, it's not everything we could think. Yes, there are some of them police and them like the ones we saw live on television that the fellas with their hands up and everything. Yeah, I could understand that, but come on, this situation and this dinner tonight studying about the other bad police and them. I just studying about this one. You can imagine them when they went to terrorize the people and them at the home. You can imagine what them going through. You know, when you see 6 o'clock. I started to lock up my place. Like, I can't leave my door open and think you're studying. You're paranoid of studying for somebody who marking you, just running your place and stick you up. We had to put a stop there. Of course, I am not happy that what happened in the end. But fortunately, the police just had to do what they had to do. It's to protect themselves. You can't be shooting at the police. If the police intercepts you and you look into a way to skate out, you'll do anything to get out there, even shoot behind the police. So if the report said that the police are shot at, and we know what went on when these fellas went to do the people and them in their place, I mean, I will go with that. I mean, dead men tell no tales, but I wouldn't start to put things on if the police did, and the police said that, and we just have to go with that because the police said that and whatever thing. I say, brother, you put on that uniform, go there, and go in a hole where you ain't seeing the shooter, you just hearing shots behind you, and you just wait, and don't do nothing, wait, because they don't want to go back no shot behind them in the direction and hearing the shot, because you might shoot an innocent person. You do that. But in the meantime, the CTPS had a job to do, and boy, let them do the job, because as I can't fault them for all the tea in China. A 15-year-old female in that? No. Something had to be wrong with our society. Something had to be wrong there. Thank you very much.
No problem. Something had to be wrong, nation. Something had to be wrong.
Dale, good afternoon. As a mother, right? And as a grandmother. You see how much trouble the police just had to go through when they kill some of these young people who murdering people all over the place? Right? When you hold them, you put them inside there, they're getting bail, they're coming out, they're killing again. Then if they go in your house and kill your mother and father, how you gonna feel? Right? You're saying there's a better way to do it. When they hold them and put them in there, they're getting bail and they're coming out to do it again. Right? So what they must do, what it is. And even though sometimes you have these children home, you know, doing what they want to do, and when you go to the police cell for help, you cannot get help with nobody for these children. Remember, Kamala bring out a law, you cannot hit your children them again. Right? And some of these children would not listen unless you take a lash. They really want to rule their parents now. Some parents can't handle the children. You could say what? Some parents cannot handle the children now. Right? Dale, I remember I know a policeman, right? A policeman. He have a son. And the son was getting on real miserable, right? And when he decided to go there to get help for this child, they're telling them that how they would not take this child.
Gonna pay some bills, and when we come back, we'll deal with this.
The Street 919 FM presents Each One Help One, our back to school drive.
We are on a mission to help 50 to 100 kids
with essential back to school packages.
But we need you. Yes, your help to make this happen.
Call, WhatsApp, or text 386-4932 the contact details of any family who may need assistance.
Each One Help One
is open to all our advertisers, clients, and of course, listeners.
Anyone can contribute to help us reach our goal. No contribution is too small.
With your generosity, we aim to support 50 to 100 children with everything from book bags to notebooks, pens, and more.
Distribution of these packages is planned for the last week of August. Remember, contact us at 386-4932. Stay tuned to the Street 919 FM for more updates, and let's make this school year bright for the kids.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of The Street 919 FM.
As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to The Street 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Shed it out.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on The Street 919 FM.
Trinity Fire Starters and Global Diamond Leaders presents Project 10,000, a business building seminar designed to inspire and empower you. August 24th, UE Teaching and Learning Complex, 4 p.m. Our dynamic speakers will be Gold Leaders, Reverend Joy Dorr, Katrina Chapman Davis, Nathaniel Smith, Peter Maxwin. Silver Leaders, Kiva Maxwin, Susan Mendez. Diamond Leader, Linda Hercules, Kelly Isam Tola. Tickets only $120. For tickets and info, call 283-4813 or 797-2606. Don't miss it.
The #1 bookstore in Trinidad is having the biggest back-to-school sale for the holidays.
Shop at Chairman's Bookstore for the biggest back-to-school sale.
All your kindergarten, preschool,
primary, secondary school,
and tertiary education supplies at ridiculously low prices. Chairman's also carries a wide range of sneakers, socks, t-shirts, vests for girls and boys,
and much more items for school. So don't miss Chairman's back-to-school sale.
Now on Eastern Main Road, San Juan, Tutapuna.
2 locations at Trin City Mall, ground level and first level. We're also open on Sundays from 8 a.m. Check us on Facebook for up-to-date info and promotions. Also, message us for a quick response.
Trinidad and Tobago, are you ready? Sunday, August 18th at 5 p.m. Come and join Bishop Angelo and the team in this powerful service and receive your blessing. This impartation service is going to change your life. August 18th at the Temple of Restoration, 12 Endeavor Road in Chaguana. For more information, call 777-8691. That's 777-8691. Your life, as you know it, will never be the same.
The Street 919 FM presents Each One Help One, our back to school drive.
We are on a mission to help 50 to 100 kids
with essential back to school packages.
But we need you. Yes, your help to make this happen.
Call, WhatsApp, or text 386-4932 the contact details of any family who may need assistance.
Each One Help One
is open to all our advertisers, clients, and of course, listeners.
Anyone can contribute to help us reach our goal. No contribution is too small.
With your generosity, we aim to support 50 to 100 children with everything from book bags to notebooks, pens, and more.
Distribution of these packages is planned for the last week of August. Remember, contact us at 386-4932. Stay tuned to the Street 919 FM for more updates, and let's make this school year bright for the kids.
This is the voice of the PNM. Attention all PNM members, party delegates, and supporters of the People's National Movement. On Sunday, August 18th, at Napa Port of Spain, the PNM will convene a special convention to present and consider the report of the Constitution Review Committee. Registration opens at 1 p.m. The convention begins at 2:30 p.m. This convention is a significant step in our party's commitment to progress and nation building. Come be a part as we shape and refine the PNM's position on constitutional reform in Trinidad and Tobago. our political leader and Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley will address the importance of the proposed reforms and improvements for our nation's future. See you on Sunday, August 18th at Napa, Port of Spain from 1 p.m. Live broadcast from 2:30 p.m. on all major TV and radio stations and our social media platforms. Great is the PNM.
Oh God, call on the Lord. Call on Him. Pour on us, God. Oh God, as we pray. Oh
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795-222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
the light of your glory.
The Street 919 FM mobile app is now live. Keep in the loop with all your favorite programs. Be in the know first and carry us wherever you go. Listen and watch us live at the click of your fingertips. Download our mobile app now. Go in your favorite app store, whether it be Android or Apple, and type in The Street 919 FM.
Tune into The Street 919 FM this and every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. for the program Conscious Talk.
Emancipation cannot be a one-day dress-up in African card event. It has to be a serious process in which resources are provided to our people to ensure they are emancipated. You cannot develop on handouts. That's another form of domination and control. When programs and policies are put in place so that you can develop economically, so that you can become business people, then and only then we can begin to talk about economic development.
Conscious Talk.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Dale, I remember I know a policeman. Right? A policeman. He have a son. And the son was getting on real miserable. Right? And when he decided to go there to get help for this child, they're telling them that how they would not take this child into this place unless the child want to go. Right? So if you have a miserable child home and they don't want to listen to you when you talk, before things could go worse, when you go there to get help for them, they're telling you this child has to want to go into that place. Some people doesn't know the hell that parents just go through with the trend, you know. And I'm telling you about good people. Right? So some of we just be just talking and saying this, but they doesn't know, you know. They really doesn't know. Right? It have parents who praying day and night. Just have to go through a real problem with the train. The train just come out things that they don't want them to be, to make them shame. Right? So when this train don't want to listen, what you going to do? What you going to do? Somebody give me advice what to do, because you over talking here this evening, they wouldn't like what I'm saying, you know. Right? Yes, you're trained young, you think, but oh gosh, what you going to do when they react in this kind of way? When they go to school and meet these friends outside and you can't pull them back, what are you going to do?
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Dear, listen, I want to share these sentiments and I want. Dear, I am a father of three. Dear, I want to tell you something personal here. This is the view of me, not the radio station, not you, the host. My son finished school. He did pretty okay. And coming to Christmas, he said he wanted to get a new job. I called somebody who I know, and he got a Christmas job. I said, listen to me, you didn't go to this job. Are you talking about a child who come from none of broken home, who I provide everything for? And I told him, when you go to this job, you didn't go to make friends. Hear no evil, see no evil, and partake in no evil. Well, you know it is to be on your job. You get a phone call. Your son lock up. Then I went from 0 to 1,000. Because listen to me. My daughter recently posted something on social media. If I am looking for a man now, this is my daughter, she's a young adult, and that man will fit the criteria of my father, I don't know man. So I'm so proud to be a father. When my wife called me, after somebody else called me, to notify me what went on. My wife called me to tell me she was called in to the establishment. She said, no, not my child. When my wife told me that, I said, nonsense. I would never say that. The Bible teaches me foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, and the word of correction will drive it far away from him. Now, not just that, but my son grew up on my spiritual values. But they'll hear how they rope him in. This thing big, you know. If they feel all the parents who stick their head in the sand and figure not my child. They'll hear how they rope him in. The people on the job who rope him in, they had him 2,800 in hand cash. So right there, I have some money. Hey, if you get more than that, if you get double that amount, you have to join the corner. They listen to me. This thing is really serious. And not because some parents might be able to afford to give their children everything. Some children, when they're getting it easy, will gravitate there. I'm saying this to say, if my son or my daughter is a thief, and I can't take care of it for myself, I will allow the police to do it. Real talk as a parent. I don't play with nonsense. And I have no heart for a thief. I have no heart for thieves whatsoever. Because thieves almost killed my mother years ago. What would the deal with my mother? Brutal. I have no heart for thieves. Man, woman, or child, kill every one of them. And parents who want to stick their head in the sand, as I described, they'll explain about crime will never stop. Your cousin is a thief. That policeman son is a thief. That policeman daughter is dealing with a bad man. Everybody knows something, but nobody not doing nothing. Everybody knows something, but nobody not doing nothing. Parents, how your son coming on with a journey? 4 kids, value $5,000-$10,000. They don't get no way. And coming in my house, well, the parents who doesn't run around the house, I doesn't run mine. Well, you're mad. Well, you created monsters of the children. And people want to keep going down that road. Police want to do the work, body bags. It may sound harsh, but there is one way. You telling me an AR-15, $40,000, $50,000? But all you have to be, listen. Police or they're doing a job. I want to live comfortable in this country. Come on. Trinidad is a wonderful place. But we as a people have to stand up and do better and say better. Let the authorities know who have what, where, well, and make it happen. Because what's it will reach on your doorstep. This thing will real. It will reach on your doorstep. You traveling in a car, a bullet in no center direction. You in a business establishment doing something, a robbery go down, you can die anywhere, anytime. Take this thing serious. Take that bull by the horn and let me make this thing happen. Because you talking about 6 people, a 15-year-old who's supposed to be still in school, and parents can't account for that. Parents, but I do business, That's a whole other accountability for something soon. Answer. But all you had to run on the house. Don't run wrong on the house. Because chaos and mayhem would continue to take a rampage in this country. All you have to do better. Wonderful program, locked on and listen.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Bill. Sorry for coming back in. But you see, sometimes when parents talking, right, a lot of things that what they're saying, we are the tying up one another, like somebody will say up to opposite to that. Right? No. We talking, people have put blame on people, like people putting blame on Kamala, Miss Kamala for stopping the licks school. We are not barbarian. You understand? We are not living our future life. They are living our future life like the barbarian in the past. And them living their future life like how we was living. You understand? If we have to turn the right way and everything, and we just between children. When Moses take the roll and threw that big rock, he was vexed. God gets vexed too. Why he was beating the rock? Why you tell me, are you coming to tell me, spare the rod and spoil the child? You have to understand what I mean by spare the rod and put the blood. Is knowledge. God used to use his powers whenever to the rod. He never gave you the rod to go and beat people. He never gave you the rod to go and beat people. The rod is knowledge. We are living a life of lies. That's why our children going astray. Now look, alright, let's say for example, Christmas. That's a lie. Easter. That's a lie. Carnival. That's culture. All these things is devil things, and we are training our children into these things. We are living a life of lies. So how do you expect the children to grow up? Not a life of lies. We're not training the children right. Once we forget certain things we are accustomed to and living by, and you know that is not right, you will do it true and you right because you will get conscious, and automatically you will teach the children them the right thing. You understand? This is not a circus or living in the cave. No, we are so intelligent that we cannot control our own children to teach them the right thing. So we stupid then. We come on. All that makes sense. All right, I try to get locked up. The first thing going, you're running. You, I think about that. Everything. Let's say come here, even here. My son. What is it then? So and so. Okay. I take you out of here. You see who come for you? I come to because I love you. We're friends and them. You talk to them politely and you show them love, you don't show them hate, you don't drive them to anger. You understand? And these are the things that I want to assumable. The love. You understand? You go into the call with them. Just kind of, all right, a child come home, you know your child doing something, and all right, you reach a point you cannot control that. But what you do? You put it in the closet. Right? Put it in the closet and hope that no danger come to your child. That is danger. You know your child just come with gun. I mean, you don't want to try to use a gun, but go to the authorities and let the child have a gun. Jesus said you will put mother against daughter, father against son. So also all they feel, all they will love to death. That is what all they do, loving to death. All they not loving to glory. All they loving to death. All they get serious. All they talk the right things to the children. The truth. And stop growing them up in this illusion life. Jesus says, and Christmas Day, and come on, man, big people like me still living their life. And all they want to go drive, all they want to make sense. I don't know about body.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I was having a school Monday. But anyhow, 15-year-old, and
15 years old.
15, but I had an incident before that. There were 3 of them in a car about 4 days ago. There was also a female in that car. Do you know the age of that female?
No, I didn't get to ascertain the age of the female.
That was also a young lady. She probably was over 20, but the end of it is a female. So I have lost 2 females within 7 days. And these 2 females find themselves in the middle of what we would call so-called gang members. Right? I didn't see the parents for the 15-year-old. I don't know. I didn't see the body come out. I didn't see nobody make no statement. And that leaves me to ask the question, you know, what caused a 50? I saw you put up a she hairstyle. Who's buying that?
I'm sure it's not mommy and daddy.
But then if she comes home, the same way as a male comes home, mommy and daddy and actually where you get a hairstyle? Or is it she's also supplying you with the same hairstyle? Am I point, son?
Understood.
Suppose there is no daddy there and there's only mommy and she's the eldest and she's also assistant man. You understand my point? We don't know if mommy have 4 other children and big sister decide, well, she had to help mommy position and this is the position. How are we supposed to get to pull this young ladies away from yeah? Because you know everybody
you're losing you there. I don't know what's happening.
Sorry. Should we commend the new National Security Minister? I said yes. You should give him kudos. But I don't want to give him kudos with the intention that people have this impression that the National Security Minister give instructions to the police officers to go about and carry out their duties, and what we're having now is extrajudicial killing based on the instructions from the commissioner, from the National Security Minister. I don't want you to go down that road because the police move on that house with the 6 people based on information and what given to them. Because I saw an old man on the TV last night telling me, I don't know last night or the night before, telling me he get robbed. I don't know if that's the same old man house that they went into. But yeah, what Papi have? Papi have $5,000 in old polymer notes. So if you want to find them fellas who go in Papi house, That $5,000 the whole money. So anybody you see popping up with a few $100 to go and change, tell yourself it come from a papi. They invade papi house and take papi 5,000. So I'm wondering, is it the same people who went in papi house? Remember that incident? The papi say you wake up and there's some men in your house. So I'm wondering, is it the same fellas who went in papi house that end up the police end up getting information, and the same thing happened to the men and them, the former young lady, and the men in the car with the police was running down. That question was asked, how the police do that if the police can be running down, and how they bounce the police vehicle? Because if you're in front and the police behind, how you can bounce the police vehicle? A whole bad story come out, extrajudicial killing. And when we find out the character of the young man, one of the young man in the car, it wasn't so good in all these things, and he said, he ain't no different to anybody else, you know, brother? So enjoy you.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome. Thanks for holding.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I listened to a caller a while ago, a few callers out too, and the passion he spoke with, that is how parents have to deal with it. You have to be stern and serious. You don't have to condone no wrongdoing. You know, allow them to do things. Listen to me, I have 3 children. The eldest one is 56 years old. The smallest one is 25. 2 boys and a girl in the middle. And I have been strict with my children from ever since. A man met me at a time and I'm happy. Just so, just at a time, the time was a 10 and getting out. Now, some years ago, they were still teenagers. He asked me, what are you doing to deal with the current situation? I said, well, I doing my part, and the best thing I could do is to ensure that I grow up 3 responsible citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who will be doing the things that will help the country to progress. I can't do much more than it. You watch me smile. I like that answer. But you see, parenting is a full-time job, and people don't understand that big as my children is, they still have total respect for me, like you just said, them young 12 and 15 years old. The point is, I make sure and get involved with it. When my children were growing up, I always used to walk them. I say, anytime you see I come in school for anything, make sure it's for commendation and not all you get yourself a problem. Because one time, all you will be wrong, as far as I am concerned. I say, do not ever give me no excuse about you follow bad company. Let bad company follow you because you know what you're right thing. I always tell my children. And every time I get called in school, it's some commendation, some recommendation, some accolade that my children get in school. All children. I remember once my eldest son, I gave the story already on I don't know if you probably heard, but that was a very, very proud moment for me. I always tell my children, anytime I recognize the group that they walk into school or you're coming from school with, going and doing anything wrong, just leave them alone. My son went, the biggest one went to Prestige School in Port of Spain. The first couple weeks, I used to travel with them, show him where to travel, how to go about, come out of city gate, what streets to walk. After I warn him, I say, Frederick Street, Pembroke Street, through the square, down city gate, that is the route backward and forward. Nowhere else. Do not go on Henry Street. Do not go on Charlotte Street. Do not go on Nelson Street. None of them streets. The school is up on Frederick Street, down the road, straight up. And he's been doing that for years. When he was in about Form 4, he had to start going down late about minutes of 4, after 3, I should say, trying to catch an insurance company with me. When I was going up Henry Street, I meet Mr. Man walking, coming down Henry Street by himself. So when I make 4, he's shocked, like he's a cease fighting already. I say, what are you doing here? He said, Daddy, I will explain to you when I get home. I said, I gone up, see about my business, and I fly back down the road. I want to hear, I'm anxious, I want to hear what it is, what are you doing here? And I reach home. Hear what my son said. He said, Daddy, last week Tuesday, that happened, I think it was a Tuesday. He said, last week Tuesday, the doctor walked down from school with. We went in one of them computer shops. Sometimes computer and cell phone ain't as popular as it is now. They don't have no cell phone at all. And they went in and they watched new gadgets coming out this that year. He said when he reached outside and they're walking around him, there was about 6 or 7 of them. He said the only person who didn't take something from that store was he. I say so. Why? And he said most of them children is well-off people children in it. He said them just feel like they see something and they take it. Anyhow, he didn't take any. So he said that on the Tuesday now, they're walking on the street again and they decided going back to the same store. He tell them, I have something to do after something. So he leave the group and walk out. And this is why they be telling people, once you train your children properly and get them to understand, they will know when something going wrong and how to respond. Because I always tell them, if anything, and don't tell me you follow by company, but if they are only about any one of them boys there with something, you know, the whole group for the gambling, including him, although he didn't take anything. So while people feel is just a hard children and they grow up like chicken in a yard and how they eat and whatever, how they make out. It's like that. I have a neighbor about 2 houses away from me. 2 young daughters here because some of them about 3 years old. And they're a little baby. And I say, yeah, the kind of music they found that they play. A young fella, you can see about in the mid-20s or something. And if you hear the kind of music that's tonguing out, it will affect me in the sense of noise level. So I have a house separated, my house from. But I hear it, I say, what the hell them children go be learning? And it's all them little influences, smoking marijuana. You can't be doing wrong things and telling your children, don't do it. You understand? I used to drink, and when my children started to reach the age and I realized I had to stop drinking, because I tell them, when I see the ads on it, I tell them, this is not good for us to drink, and so on and so on. And I had to set the example, and that's what people doesn't do.
That is what parents are feeling now to do, which is in terms of setting the example. Let me make some room for some other persons that is holding the line.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon.
You're sounding like you're breaking up. I don't know if it is you want to switch positions of wherever you are at. Caller, you hear me? Caller, once, twice, 3 times. Alright, so while you're organizing that, just get in a better position somewhere in the house. I'm opening the phone lines 3420081 466-5391. Not sure what's going on with this phone. I just seen it glitching here. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Edwards.
Good afternoon, Angie.
Mr. Edwards, now this is my opinion, huh? Right? My take is, everybody will blame how the young people behaving. To me, parents have to ask themselves some questions too. Where did we drop the ball? Let me tell you something about me. I had a way I used to dress up. 17, 18 years, dressing up and I go in. Mommy, I going there? Where you going? I ain't know yet. She said, it's only crazy people who do that, You dress up. You don't know where you're going, but you're going. I get away with it for about 2 or 3 times. And the next time I hit her that, she see me getting ready, and she sit in the gallery, and she said, where you going? I know yet. She said, well, if you know yet, sit down here and wait until you know exactly where you're going. Because if you say you're going one place, and I hear something happening there, I know to put out my head. But if you tell me you're going there and you change and you go somewhere else and something happening there, I wouldn't look out because I'm not expecting you to be there. And she put down her foot. And if I come today for tomorrow and tell her, I'm going out tomorrow, how long you plan to go there? I say, well, about 2 weeks ago, and it's only now you're telling me, no, you cannot go. And little things like that, she would put her foot down. And all she keeps saying, only crazy people do what you do in there, and I didn't make a crazy child. You understand? And Well, my father wasn't the beater. He used to stand up and he would stare you. When he stare you, he would swear you do something wrong. Listen, he didn't used to raise his voice. He wouldn't quarrel. He wouldn't fuss. But this young lady stand here and he put you in front of him to stand up and he put them eyes on you and he ask you whatever question and he's staring you. My mother, on the other hand, if you hear she call and she asks you something and you, she used to say, which one, right or left? Back up, lash. From the time you say, you're thinking about a lie to tell me. Don't care what you do wrong. Tell me the truth. From the time you tell me, it's licks. My father didn't used to beat, but you see, when he put them eyes on you, they do nothing wrong and you swear you do something wrong. You understand? And it didn't have no length of time. He did pulling you up. One time, I tell you, my mother put on she foot. She say, every time you dressing, you going away, you're going, you don't go yet. It's crazy. She said, I didn't make a crazy child. Stay home. And so eventually, I know, well, if I have somewhere to go, and I know from this week, I say, Mom, so-and-so time, we plan so-and-so, and whatever. So she know. Not know today for tomorrow and all that kind. So you see some of the foolishness that little people going on to, we know it's foolishness are doing it, but some of the parents, because that come like you have a little child. When you correct the child hitting your back and all kind of thing. When you reach on Frederick Street now and you correct the child and the child hit your back, why are you doing that? You're feeling shame then. You know why? You didn't hit the child on the hand when he hit your back home. You didn't hit him on the hand for him to feel, for him to know you do not raise that hand. So when it reach out on the street now, and you hear a gentleman earlier on spoke of his son, and the remark his wife used, not my child, that is a serious thing that parents will say, my child do that, no, not my child won't do that. That you have to be careful with. So I just listen to everybody with their wife, but parents have a little thing too. Don't allow things to go too far. When it go too far, you can't pull it back as it happened. Cut it. They might like you when you correct them. But somewhere down the road, when they think back, oh, this is a good thing. Because if my mother didn't put on my foot, I dressing and going, she might have picked me up in some pieces somewhere or the other. And she looking to me there because she didn't know I was going there. So you might feel upset and say your parents ain't care and all that kind of thing.
That is far beyond that. Yeah.
It does be a good. Sometimes what they're seeing, we're not seeing it. You understand? So you're blaming them, yes. But parents have a little thing to find out where the ball was dropped. Yeah? Just my opinion. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Angie. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hey, Gail, good afternoon. How are you going, buddy?
Hi, there, cool. Good afternoon to you.
When we pushed the creator out, buddy, they didn't want to name in the mouth. They take him out of the school curriculum. So I would say until we stop picking up young papa on the ground and then checking it, hoping that the papa tree stops sucking papa. Let me deal with the papa tree now, man. Let me deal with the papa tree so the papa tree will stop dropping papa. Parenting, motorists, want to deal with crime, deal with motorists and deal with parenting. That's all I'm listening.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. I don't know what I do here. Caller, good
Hello?
afternoon.
Hello?
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just
When you get advice, I mean, everybody is given advice. But when the people from the top tell you about Lego Dematic, that's advice too. So all of it is counted. So that's why we have what we have to deal with. Okay? Bye-bye.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, look like he's supporting the faster killing out the generation.
It looks like I what?
I say it looks like the people supporting the faster killing out the generation.
Well, what else are they supposed to do again?
I mean, first to begin with that, that whole situation, I don't personally do. I don't believe the story the police put up. You understand? Considering the caliber weapon that they found on the scene, if those weapons were to be fired upon the police like they said that they do, it would have casualty on both sides. But nonetheless, that's just my opinion. That's what they put out, so that is what they have to say. We were talking about the 15-year-old. There's a whole generation that get killed out there, you know. According to the DPC, man, that's a whole generation that passed. And seems as though as nobody not looking at the bigger picture that they're putting out there. Like one lady said that, you know, if you don't do that, when they put them in there, they want to come back out and do the same thing. So she's also admitting that the system has failed. And like one of your previous scholars talk about, you can't shoot out the situation. I mean, so it's not just with the young people alone, the whole system itself being tied up in a total mess. Yes, the people have a certain amount of responsibility, but let me tell you something, Dale, in every walk of life, you will always have people who bend on doing the wrong things and breaking the law. And that is where the systems must come in place to put those people back on track and to keep them in check. So, we also have a responsibility, but the systems and the people that people in authority, they also have a responsibility as well. So that's just my personal take on the whole thing.
Thank you very much. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dale. Dale, so we supporting the killing our generation. What you go say about them boy and them gangs and them shooting up behind one another? We supporting that too? I'm not supporting that. I want to ask the question is 15-year-old child. Could you explain me why the 16-year-old 15-year-old child was on that thing with these people, with these other guys? A 15-year-old, that means she's still probably going to school. She probably had to, when school open on things, they're supposed to be at school. What you doing outside it? Killing our generation. What do you think they went for? The home invasion. What is happening in home invasion?
They went to get some macaroni pie, caller.
Oh, I apologize to the caller and tell you we kill all this generation. Because, yeah, like, it's macaroni pie they went for. You know that they think the police respond to a report. They get it done as a thing that they get onto the vehicle. They try to intercept the vehicle to stop. The vehicle never stopped. The tools them for them have there. They didn't have that. That probably was to play moral, or that is like a cricket bat. Yeah. That is to play sports, you know. They didn't have that there to shoot behind no police. And for them weird as boy. But we supporting killing out our generation. But when them boys and them in the gang warfare and shooting on one another, we also supporting that. And
that is a part of life. That's what I say, is a part of life.
Well, I see it as it is. The facts are there and logic with sense together. Them wasn't out there and them wasn't playing. And as a matter of fact, the police and them would have information. And with information, they had to get the hard evidence. You just can't just arrest anybody. That is why when they see you with gun on Facebook, they come and arrest you for the gun. But do have the gun to as exhibit, take it off the street, and also to put in the court to be a conviction. The police and them might have just mark you and watch you until one day they see you moving in a kind of suspicious way and just pull it over and search you up, and they get the gun on you. They have a case. Thank you very much.
Caller, good afternoon. Welcome. Good afternoon, caller. All right, so lost that one. And that's the thing, you know, I'm listening. And people are saying, you know, they're saying that, you know, I don't believe the story that the police say. What are 15? I don't care. I want to find out from the mother of that child. You know where your child was? Or is it that you're going to tell us that you thought she was in movie tongue, watching a movie? This time she was the star of the movie. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, my
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
When I was younger, that was calling the police, called the flying squad with borrows on them. And the court didn't have much. Those guys who do all these robbery, they ain't going to court, you know. the funeral home was picking them up. I remember as a young guy living in Laventille. He had a bank robbery in Porterspill. And those guys run and they went up past the street. They went up in the ceiling in a house. And the flying squad went up there and they sprayed the whole ceiling and was only blood. And they find all the money and everything. Trinidad need just what's happening with the police right now. You run them down, they have a gun, let the funeral home pick them up. Because that's the only thing they could answer to. And then another thing. One time I called the station and said the problem in Trinidad is parenting. It's about a lost generation from the late 70s coming up the road there. And people won't understand. Now, don't get me wrong. It has some children head hard like concrete. You understand? But it's like a tree. If you plant a tree and you bend it in a certain direction, that's the way it's going to go. And I see that in this world, people go to school to learn everything. And nobody go to school to learn parenting because parenting isn't being taught nowhere. You have to follow your parents' lead and pick the good things out of it with your children. And your parents can teach you how to parent your child. Trust me. You have to learn that on the way as you're growing up. So people, they're not going through a little phase now. Don't worry, it'll be over. It'll be over soon. Don't worry. I see it too many times in Trinidad. But in those days, they didn't have the amount of firepower. If they control and stop it from coming in the country, the police will have a better chance in doing what they have to do. So,
so they can break it up there. You there with me still?
Hello?
Caller, good afternoon, Malcolm.
Dale?
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I heard a lady talking about the system just now, right? I just want to ask a question. Is the system only for the African children? Because it's only the African children getting themselves in problems. Because they'll, as we speak,
that, it's not only the African children.
All right. Well, no, let me tell you why I say, well, you could say the majority, right? And then let me tell you why I say that. Because I can tell you as we speak, if you're in some communities, you're seeing a set of youths on the block in ages between the ages like from 15, let me say 15 up to 25, 26, 27, and the linemen, right? And when you ask a question, what are you doing here? Why are you doing? Look for something. You know what they're saying? The government ain't doing nothing for we. Plenty of them every day. So the reason why I hear the lady talking about the system, because the majority of children, things happening to right now, check the race of the children. That is what I mean, you know? And I find the blaming it a lot on system. I is a victim of a child got killed. Home here, one of my family. And let me tell you something. Sometimes you have to talk to them children. You're talking to them. You're showing them. You're telling them. And let me tell you something. When you see the demon, they hold on to your children, Dale, it's hard for you to get them back. You hear what I'm telling you, Dale? I am a victim of it. So I could tell you, it has in a community, every community, it has somebody in your children is talking to them and them listening to that person more than they listen to the parents. You hear what I'm telling you? So when these people talking about the system, and let me tell you something, the child is everything the child have. Even if he was just a person on the block, he was from a good home. But everybody talking to him, he could have go and do this, he could have do this, and he could have do that. He just don't want, as the woman says, system, he of himself don't want to get himself in the system. You hear what I'm telling you? So I trying to figure out about this system, what people is be talking about. Have a good day. I don't know, somebody explain it to me.
Somebody explain, somebody explain, somebody explain. Caller, good afternoon, welcome. Just load on your radio, caller. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Hello?
Yes, I'm here with you.
The problem I have is why it's so hard to get in my lot and these places with the government saying they have opportunities for you. 2 years now, I signed up for my son in my lot. And it's only as I run around. You know what they come and they tell me now? You have to do a test or some kind of thing to get in there. Why? Why it's so difficult? You understand? To get in these places and then when they want to do something to help your children and these things. That is what I want to know.
Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Wow. Good afternoon, Dale.
Good afternoon.
Everything is in the house here. As I would say, eat properly, exercise, jealous no one, I repeat, jealous no one, and make a stranger laugh. Deal number one, the type of women and men that are having children for the past, let's say, 25 to 30 years, Deal, not all of them, but the majority of them, Deal, they are not ready. So I wouldn't even mention their parents. They are just child father and mother. Yeah. Because there is a serious thing there, because just making a child another there is like somebody going to marry. What I'll say, when a bird knows she is going to lay eggs and she's going to make a nest, the bird will make a nest. So you see, having a child, just to say you have a child, and then when that child started grow, from the time that child reached 2 years, he or she, they're clever, you know, and they will realize they could do certain things, and mommy and daddy, not on us, at a tender age. And they, if you see, okay, you live in, let's say, in area X, right? But then you know there are 5 or 6 young men who are dreados, right? Dread men, right? Dealing drugs and gun and things. And you seen your 8-year-old boy or girl, right? Underneath them deal. Would you leave them there, deal?
Of course not.
No. Because, you know, as the woman said before, they will be speaking in the air. And they will have money. And they'll, if you 8 years and a man can hand you $20 and say, do this, do that. Can a deal, you will love that man more than God. So they know what's happening. A lot, I ain't saying parents, a lot of mothers and fathers know that is going on with their children from a tender age. But they ain't getting no hurry, because why? Because the same man who is giving them money, they know that time, and they can say, well, go and tell so-and-so, your mommy, she ain't have nothing to do, and to send something to me. You'll be happy, you know. He will send 100 to you. And then you know what's happening? Next 3 to 4 years, your son or your daughter might be 12 to 15 years. Look what happened to the 15 year old report. So I've seen that to say this. There are a lot of women and men just making children, and they really care about them. So that is what we are seeing today. Not all, but the majority. They're just making children without a plan. I know plenty young sexy girls who I know grow up and knowing them, and they'll, and they're sexy and nice. And they'll, by the time they reach 25 years, they'll have about 7 children, they'll see the 7 children. Right? It's a different kind of down either day.
All right, thank you very much. Caller, good afternoon.
Yes, please. I'm wondering, should we only believe the police when they say there was gang warfare and this amount of police died? You know, we choosing what we want to believe or what we don't want to believe. I mean, sometimes something doesn't sound right, but you can't say that you didn't believe the police and you believe that. I'm seeing so many posts with young people, and just like the one you showed there and others, with 1, 2, 3 long gun, shotgun, all type of guns in their hand, posing on Facebook, you know. I'm saying if you have ammunition like that and you have bullets in it, there must be a reason. You're not on the shooting range. And you're going into people's place, even if it's to intimidate them, but you have a bullet in it. And that bullet, 1 to 5 or 6, how many you carry, it means that you want to let it out on somebody if they distract you, disturb you, or interfere in what you are doing. Instead of people trying to save the children, they're trying to question the police or question this or question that. I know some people don't have a handle on their children. It's obvious they don't want to go to the police, but they should go. But, I mean, you are out there too, and you have to say no to the children. They cannot disturb, because they affect us too, because people talk about their men and their time at home, they have to get home early and thing, and their children on the street as well, who you might want to go and meet part of the time when they're coming home from school or from their job, because you're concerned about these menace on the street. So don't blame, say the police, you want 4 police to 1 neighborhood. Yes, sir, you're saying the police is not doing a good job. I don't know. There are corrupt people everywhere, dear. But we have to believe somebody. And children, stop posting yourself on Facebook so we will believe you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Dean. I'm listening to your program, and I don't understand what the woman said, that people comfortable with killing out the generation. How every time police shoot somebody, kill somebody, it's always an issue. What is she doing when every day a black man killing a next black man? Does she come up and say these fellas them have to stop? Is it okay for the black boys to kill the black boys and they don't care what they do to other people's citizens? Is it that's what she's saying? I don't understand. Parents have failed.
Society has failed, not even parents alone. We have failed as a society. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Dale, me again. Dale?
Yeah?
Me again. One little thing, it might sound strange, but let me tell you, I had a conversation with a youth man. And when he said this to me, I was like, he said, I said, why are you behaving like that and so and so? You know what he said to me? You know how they're called the leaders? He said, he does show me more love than my father. He said, my father never hugged me, he does hug me. He does greet me, he does ask, you understand?
Wow.
So, men folk, hug all the boy children. Tell them all you love them, so nobody can come and preach their love and all kind of thing in their ears for them to bend to them. People have men especially have a way. To hug you, use a man. Hug your boy children and them and tell them you love them.
Leave it there, Angie. Leave it there. We're
All
going
right.
to break.
Okay.
All right, guys, going to the news.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM. As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the street, 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM. Share the life. Share the life.
Oh God, call the Lord. Call on Him. Pour on us, God. Oh God, as we pray. Oh.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
The light of your glory.
At the Center for Integrated Medicine, we provide a new meaning to personalized and integrated medicine. We are about unifying medicine and providing a full spectrum of therapeutic options tailored to suit each client's needs. We believe that the body can heal itself from all viruses, illnesses, and diseases. At the Center for Integrated Medicine, we have developed proven strategies while using our innovative technology to assist your body's healing process. Commit to a healthy body today. Call us at 610-3428 or WhatsApp at 305-6118.
The Street 919 FM presents Each One Help One, our back to school drive.
We are on a mission to help 50 to 100 kids
with essential back to school packages.
But we need you. Yes, your help to make this happen.
Call, WhatsApp, or text 386-4932 the contact details of any family who may need assistance.
Each One Help One
is open to all our advertisers, clients, and of course, listeners.
Anyone can contribute to help us reach our goal. No contribution is too small.
With your generosity, we aim to support 50 to 100 children with everything from book bags to notebooks, pens, and more.
Distribution of these packages is planned for the last week of August. Remember, contact us at 386-4932. Stay tuned to the Street 919 FM for more updates, and let's make this school year bright for the kids.
This is the voice of the PNM. Attention all PNM members, party delegates, and supporters of the People's National Movement. On Sunday, August 18th, at Napa Port of Spain, the PNM will convene a special convention to present and consider the report of the Constitution Review Committee. Registration opens at 1 p.m. The convention begins at 2:30 p.m. This convention is a significant step in our party's commitment to progress and nation building. Come be a part as we shape and refine the PNM's position on constitutional reform in Trinidad and Tobago. our political leader and Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley will address the importance of the proposed reforms and improvements for our nation's future. See you on Sunday, August 18th at Napa, Port of Spain from 1 p.m. Live broadcast from 2:30 p.m. on all major TV and radio stations and our social media platforms. Great is the PNM.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m., where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. All on Facebook, share the live. All on IG, share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. You listening? Listen now.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
I want everybody to share the live. Downtown Posse have to share the live. Uptown Posse have to share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Everybody just share the live. Tobago, share the live.
The following is a paid program.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the Street919FM.com.
News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. This is your 4 p.m. news on the Street 919 FM. I'm broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook. I am Dale Edwards, and this is your headlines. Legal aid clinics heading to Tudapuna gas Perillo. 6 bandits killed by cops in Freeport. Lengo man escapes police custody. Health Minister Diyal Singh slammed for breastfeeding comments. And internationally, British supplied tanks used in Ukraine's Russian insurrection. And now your news in detail. The community's legal aid clinic is heading into Tudapuna next month. In an interview with the media, the clinic's legal administrative team said they would partner with the Tudapuna Open Bible Church for the next clinic on September 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. After Tudapuna, the clinic will head to Gasparillo as team members attorney Stacey-Ann Ramkelawan Ragunath was born and raised there and would like to give back to her community. The previous legal aid clinic was held in God's Grace Ministries in Cunupia on August 3rd. Ramkelawan Ragunath said the clinics included a total of 16 in-person consultations and 2 virtual consultations. While many participants pre-registered, the event also welcomed several walk-ins. She said those attending expressed their sincere thanks to the team, and some said without the clinic they would not have been able to afford a legal consultation. Those attending upcoming clinics must bring a valid form of ID and any supporting documents. Pre-registration is required. For more information, you can call. In further news, hours after 3 armed bandits broke into his Balmain Couva home and robbed him of a quantity of cash and jewelry, the elderly victim said he was pleased they were among 6 people killed by police during an alleged confrontation around noon yesterday. Edward Taylor, 68, expressed no remorse over the killings which took place at a house at Razak Trace, Calcutta Road, number 2 in Freeport. Yesterday, police-involved shooting brought the number of people killed by law enforcement to 9 in 4 days. 4 of the 6 people were identified as Kevin St. Bernard, also called Kevin John, Jovian Simon, Saloni Rangel, and Nicholas Césaire. In an interview with reporters around 1:30 p.m. at his home yesterday, traumatized victim Taylor said, "You don't feel sorry for people like them. As they used to say a long time, a thief is a murderer. And when they're coming in your place, they come to kill you, especially if they don't know you." He recalled how the home invasion unfolded at 6:30 a.m. after he was confronted by 3 armed men as he came out the washroom. Taylor said that the men robbed him of $600 in cash, a quantity of jewelry, including 3 gold rings, 3 gold chains, and a gold bearer, totaling over $60,000, his bank card and bank book, and forced him to write down the PIN before fleeing in a waiting car. In more stories, Caribbean Jewelers at Lowlands Mall in Lowlands, Tobago was robbed of a quantity of jewelry yesterday morning by 2 men armed with guns. In a video circulating on social media, one of the thieves repeatedly kicked the security guard at the store while other people were made to lie on the floor. This is not the first time the jewelry store was robbed. The men escaped on foot with bags of jewelry, some of which was later recovered by police in a nearby track. This latest robbery comes on the heels of a 2-day anti-crime meeting in Tobago, led by Minister in the Ministry of National Security Keith Scotland, SC, and Police Commissioner